Vegas, we're off to Atlanta for another full weekend of racing across the Fox networks. Friday on Fox Sports Net, Winston Cup qualifying live. Then Saturday on FX, Winston Cup practice. And on Sunday, start your race day with NASCAR this morning on Fox Sports Net, followed on Fox by Winston Cup racing presented by Home Depot. And then get your full wrap-up of all the day's action with NASCAR Victory Lane. All access with Jimmy Spencer next weekend on Fox Sports Net.
And speaking of Jimmy Spencer, I want you to look at this line. Whoa, baby. That's as low as he's been through that corner lately. He is right out there, and man, he's in the championship groove.
And trying to make one even higher.
Great overhead shot. Got a good race going on back here with the 48 to 22. They are dicing and slicing. That's for 13th, 14th. They've been running side by side for quite some time.
That's quite a run for Ward Burton, who started 32nd. And is now up there fighting for 13th.
How about Kyle Petty in that 45 car? Had a good qualifying run here on Friday. He started back in 11th position, and it just seems like the whole Petty organization, in particular Kyle, who was missing races last year, he hadn't even made this race the last 2 years. Here he is up here battling for positions with Ward Burton and Jimmy Johnson.
It just goes to show what the difference, and Larry, you know this, one man can make. Robin Pemberton comes over. If he didn't know anything, he brought credibility and clout with him. Confidence.
Brings
that's the word.
Confidence.
And it's helped that whole team. What I like is Kyle. I saw Kyle smiling, and that's been a while since we've seen that.
And look at him. He's running that Kyle Petty line. He has those left side tires below that white line.
If we stay green, pit stops will be coming in 25 to 30 laps.
Now, Kyle Petty, if you remember back a few years ago, he won Rockingham a lot. And he would absolutely drive that track differently than anyone else. And I'm not so sure, Larry, that style wouldn't work really well here. Out of the throttle early, but right on that white line, right around the bottom and wide open up off the corner.
And just a little bit of brake, just enough to help that car take a set before you turn that wheel and stab that throttle.
Kyle has a real knack for that. He gets down on that white line. He likes that.
Spencer out front. Rookie Ryan Newman in second, just ahead of sophomore driver Kurt Busch, then our pole sitter Todd Bodine and Dave Blaney. But there is Newman. There was concern there yesterday about that engine, but here he is, Matt, sailing along in second place.
He certainly is, Mike, and it took 35 laps for rookie Ryan Newman to actually come on the radio and say much, and he told his crew chief, Matt Borland, he says the car has a real nice balance to it. They told him, good job, just keep up your nice pace, and keep in mind that this race car was brand new. They took it to Phoenix, and he wrecked it. They had to cut the front snout off, replace that. They brought it here and tested. Then they had an engine problem, which cut short their test, but what they like about it is this young man, they know he's going to have some stumbles along the way. Remember back when Jeff Gordon was a rookie, he went through 17 clips his rookie season, but what they're most amazed about is this Purdue graduate sure does handle pressure very well.
Oh, every time I think about a rookie, I think about the first time I came to a track something like this. I asked David Pearson, I said, Pearson, can you run that corner wide open? He said, oh yeah. I went out and I tried it, and I darn near killed myself. I come back in, I said, Pearson, you told me I could run that corner wide open. He said, you're right, I told you you could, but I can't.
Another reason why Pearson is the Silver Fox.
Exactly. That's how you learn.
Dick Bergeron, I believe you got another story for us.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about Todd Bodine, who started on the pole, led some early laps, and then started to pick up a push in the middle of the corner. That push has become worse. Now he's pushing coming off the corner. They have suggested he try another line. He is a distant fourth and in need of a pit stop.
I tell you, a guy that's having a great run today, and it's good to see. He had a great qualifying run on Friday. Qualified 10th, Dave Blaney in the 77 car, but he has a rear view mirror of that 20 car, Tony Stewart. Tony started back in 15th. I've been watching the scoring monitor, and he is about a 10th to 10th and a half quicker than our leader, Jimmy Spencer, right now. He's going to the bottom of the racetrack by Dave Blaney. This is a battle for 5th. Matt Yoakum, what's going on?
Larry Mack, about 15 laps ago, the Rushville Rocket came on the radio and told his crew chief, Greg Zipadelli, goes, "We're not too bad, babe. The car feels pretty good." He started 15th, now up to 6th. He did say that he doesn't want to get above the line where he is in the racetrack, but the car is a little bit tight. They're talking about what adjustments to make on their first pit stop.
So Stewart climbs to 5th. He's the highest place to the drivers eligible for that $1 million bonus.
And folks, a driver likes the car a little bit tight. That means he's always turning it to the left. When he goes into the corner, he's cranking left. When he comes down the straightaway to the next corner, he's just turning left. You don't want to ever have to turn your car back to the right. That's when you lose speed.
Well, I always had my driver try to describe it. Tight's what we call a little tug on that steering wheel. Nice, secure. Push is where you're turning that wheel more and more, and the front wheels are just sliding.
That's a slide, yeah.
And did we mention Bobby Hamilton's car has been retired from the race? His string of 40 consecutive finishes has ended.
Well, that's the thing about records, you know. You set them and then wait for somebody to break them.
Jimmy Spencer, 2 seconds out in front of Ryan Newman. Pit stops will be coming along here in about 20 to 25 laps. Packed house. Sellout crowd in Las Vegas. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.